Stupid Garbage Podcast.
Oh, I like that.
Alarm.
Excuse me. Alright, we can just go with it. I accidentally started recording.
We're rocking and rolling. Top of the world. 93.3 WEEI.
WEEI?
Yeah.
Seems like a long name.
It's 4 letters. Most of the time.
Is it the standard 3?
I don't know that there is a standard necessarily. All I know is that they either start radio stations, start with a W or a K.
It's true, it is. It's like W and then whatever it is.
They start with a K, and if they're east of the Mississippi, they start with a W. Anyway.
You've told me that, but I'm going to pretend that I have never heard it before. Mostly because I don't remember.
Thanks, gorgeous. It is 2:32 a.m.
It's pretty late.
Dear reader, it's
I feel like trash.
pretty late. So, Jessica.
Uh-huh.
Forgot your name for a minute. Not a great start.
Oh my
What
God.
do you have for us?
How many girlfriends do you have?
Just the 4. What do you got for us?
What's your favorite 7 Deadly Sin?
Posh Spice. Sorry, I think I misunderstood the question.
No, that was it. That was it. That's all I wanted to know.
Sloth.
Do you know the 7 Deadly Sins?
Sloth is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I know. And I know I like
But
sloths.
it took you a long time to say it, and you sounded
Because I
unsure.
was saying it slothfully.
Sloths are disgusting.
No,
as an animal.
come on, Jess. They're so funny.
Mm-mm.
They just chill and hang out and move at a quarter mile an hour.
It's very alarming.
And just hang out. They just literally just hang from trees
Yeah,
all day.
I don't know, their little faces weird me out, and their fur, like, sometimes grows
What?
mold on it.
What?
Yeah, like, I read or heard,
Alone. Jess.
like, they just have mold growing on
Come
them,
on,
and they're like, whatever.
so do you. Who cares?
That's true, I'm always covered in garbage.
Leave them alone.
I don't know.
So there's sloth, there's gluttony, there's wrath. Maybe wrath.
That's mine.
There's pride.
Envy.
There's envy.
Greed.
Didn't I already say greed?
I don't think so. You said gluttony.
No. And
I always
lust.
get them confused.
So that's the 7 of them.
Yeah.
And then baby and sporty. But
Mm-hmm.
so your favorite is
I like wrath,
wrath?
obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, I also feel like wrath is a deadly sin, just doesn't...
Khan.
Oh, I get... What?
Wrath of Khan.
I don't know.
It's a second Star Trek movie.
Oh.
The
I feel like-
remake had Benedict Cumberbatch as Khan, which was a weird fucking choice. But I don't like
Yeah.
Benedict Cumberbatch in anything. He was in
He's fine.
he was in
Doctor Strange.
yes. He was fine in that. He was in I think Black Mass, some Boston-based movie, either Black Mass or that other one that came out around the same time as Black. I think it was Black Mass, which is Johnny Depp plays Whitey Bulger. And there
I didn't like that.
are a lot of bad Boston accents in that movie. Benedict Cumberbatch, and I'm saying this as someone who's from Boston, that was the worst Boston accent I've ever heard.
Mm-hmm.
It sounded like someone with a British accent, i.e. Benedict Cumberbatch, had spent 2 years on the moon, away from all human contact, and then immediately upon returning to Earth had been kicked in the head by a donkey, and then they put him in front of a camera. It was so bad. And I don't think it was his fault. Boston accent is a weird one. It's kind of niche if you're not from the United States.
Mm-hmm.
And it's difficult to do.
I feel like Boston and New York gets confused a lot.
Yeah, I don't think they should have let him do it. I don't think it's necessarily his fault.
I don't mean to be rude, but how hard is it to do?
Go ahead.
No, but, like, I'm assuming if you're an actor, you're, like, studying. Like, you're
I feel
taking
bad for him.
time
It was
and
horrible.
you're studying, and then people, like the director, for example, would be listening and being like, oh, wait, stop that. What are you doing right now?
If you're not from Boston, you don't really know what a Boston accent sounds like anyway. Oh, ow, that was my ankle.
Okay, but...
Did not mean to do that.
So you're saying the director is from Boston?
I don't know. I don't think they were.
But again, if you're directing a movie, it is your responsibility to Google or YouTube a Boston accent.
See, it's funny. Yeah, I mean, I guess. But Whitey Bulger was a famous... James Whitey, in quotes, dear reader, which you can't see. Bulger was a notorious...
I've got a Bulger for you right here.
You don't.
Right here.
Was a notorious Boston-based crime and drug lord, and at one point he was on the top of the the FBI's most wanted list. He played opposite Scottie Pippen, but he was on the FBI's most wanted list. I think he was number 1, and then he went on the run for a long, long time, and they found him 2014 or something, and he was 82. He's very old, and when they found him, the FBI agents told him to get on the ground, obviously, say, get on your knees. And he, I guess, he was wearing white pants, and he was standing next to or near some oil something on the ground, so he didn't want to get his pants dirty, so he said, I'm not getting on my fucking knees, which is just such a, I don't know, to me it just seems like such a baller move. He's like, you got me, but I'm not getting on my fucking knees, blow me. And then
that's what I would do.
He was living in they came to his apartment complex where he was living, a small, a 2-story apartment complex, like a motel or something. And one of the women that was his neighbors came out and said, you got the wrong guy. This dude's, whatever his fake name was, he's just a senile old man. And the FBI agents were like, oh shit, did we actually just arrest some random senile 85-year-old man? And he went, no, this stupid old broad doesn't know what she's talking about. I'm James Bulger. Aww. I'm the guy.
Why?
Because he's fucking... I mean, it's not like he's going to get away. It's not like they're going to be like,
I guess they'll
I mean, maybe in 1913, but this was maybe 5 years ago. And so...
really?
Yeah, this is recently.
Oh.
That's why I said that.
No, but I saw the Johnny Depp movie, and I don't remember it being...
That's how it ended. He got caught by the...
No, I understand that. I'm saying I don't feel like I saw that... I felt like I saw that movie more than 5 years ago.
No. I think it came out... Let me see. Let's see.
I want to say... No. You know what? I don't know.
Go ahead. Say it.
Did we see it with your family?
Yes.
Okay. Because I was... Okay.
James Joseph Whitey Bulger Jr. Yeah, he died in 2018.
Crazy.
1994, he fled the Boston area and went into hiding and remained at large for 16 years.
At large, I love it.
He died in 2018 at 89. He was 81 when they found him in 2011. He pled guilty to conspiracy to harbor a fugitive, identity fraud, and conspiracy to commit identity fraud, receiving a sentence of 8 years in prison. Interesting. I think he would get a lot more. Oh, anyway. He was also tried on 30... That's just what he pled guilty to. He was tried on 32 counts of racketeering, money laundering, extortion, weapons charges, including complicity in 19 murders. Jesus. He was found guilty on 31 of the 32 counts.
Yikes.
And was found to have been involved in 11 murders and received 2 consecutive life sentences plus 5 years.
We didn't see Whitey Bulger's cell,
no.
Right? That was... Okay.
Spoiler alert for the movie Black Mass, which I want to say came out in 2017.
I want to say don't bother.
Well, just spoiler alert if you want to see it.
Spoiler alert, don't see it.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't great, but it came out in 2015. Okay, so...
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, we've been dating forever.
A long goddamn time. Yeah. Tell me about it.
Jesus.
So anyway, the very, very end of the movie shows him being arrested, but the entire film, except for that last scene, which really doesn't even really show him being arrested. It shows like FBI agents and him at opposite ends of a hallway or something. That scene lasts maybe 10 seconds. Aside from that, I think the entire movie takes place in the 70s, 80s, 90s. And then it jumps 16 years into the future, 20 years into the future.
I don't remember much about it.
Into the future being 2011, obviously. But
into the future.
Yeah. Do you remember the movie The Number 23?
Yes, everything about it. Why?
Jim Carrey. So for those, I think it's a remake of a movie from the 80s. Go ahead, go off.
Well, no, I wanted to know what your...
Well, no, I don't know if you'll want to talk about this. I just thought it would be a much better, maybe not better, but a much funnier movie if it wasn't the number 23, it was just number 2. Every time you saw the number 2, he thought it was part of some big conspiracy.
Oh my god.
He can't even look at himself in the mirror because he has 2 ears and 2 eyes. 2 is a word. T-O, 2 letters. T-W-O, the number. W, 2 U's. U2, Bono, 2 O's in his name. So I just think that would be a much funnier movie. All of that was just
That
off
was
the
quick,
top.
yeah,
I
that was
mean,
good.
it's so easy. It's the number 2. How can you not link it to everything?
I literally could not.
So anyway, Joshua Tree, 2 E's at the end of that, with or without you.
Okay, we're back at you too. Okay, with or without you.
So yeah.
2 options.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's anything. It's binary computer 0, 1, 1, 0.
2 ones.
Exactly. Anything. There's 2 sides to every piece of paper. I mean, how can you not?
How can you even flip a coin?
Exactly. Two-Face, Batman. It's just everything would be connected to this batshit crazy conspiracy.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That made me laugh. COVID-19, 9/11, 2 1s, 1 1, 2 planes, twin towers. It's just everything. The number 2 it's the number 2. Of course, it's everywhere.
Oh my god.
I just think it would be. I don't know if it'd be a better movie because the number 23. How many times have you seen that movie?
Like 3.
One more than 2. So you've seen.
I was gonna say 2 or
You've seen the
4.
movie.
I don't know how many times I've seen it.
2 squared. 2 plus 2. 2 times 2.
2 or 4 I've seen probably. I
So
said
anyway,
3 is an average.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. 2 plus 4 divided by 2. So anyway.
It's 2.
So anyway,
That's 3.
it's
Okay.
not.
2 plus 4, got it.
Great.
I thought you were saying
movie.
2 or 4.
Shh.
Yeah.
So anyway, can you do, let's say, a 90-second summary of the movie, the number... Oh, you've seen it. You've seen it 3 times.
Okay, so the number 23 is about a man, Jim Carrey.
Yep.
And, well, played by Jim Carrey.
Sure.
And he...
Off to a great start.
He basically, I don't remember what the plot is. He basically, like, I think he checks out a book, or he's given a book as a gift, and he notices a lot of similarities that the book has to his life and his childhood, and he starts getting kind of, like, creeped out, like, wow, this author is speaking to me, and then he somehow along the way kind of gets into this, I think the character in the book gets obsessed with the number 23. So Jim Carrey is like, oh my god, I think he has a point. So then Jim Carrey gets obsessed with the number 23, and it like, tears apart his family, and his wife and his son are like, are you fucking okay? What's going on? And he, like, tries to solve this whole number 23 thing using this book. And, yeah.
So it seems like it's like a story within a story.
It's, like, a story within that story, too. Like, there are a lot of twists and turns that I don't want to spoil, but...
Sounds like there are 2 layers to this movie.
There are many layers to this movie. Like, there's a story being the book within the movie being the story, but then there's also little stories kind of, like, told... Again, I don't want to give too much away. I mean, everyone has seen the number 23 already, but if you haven't, you really should.
I think you'd be surprised at how
absolutely
very, very, very under the radar that movie flew.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I'll look it up right now.
Please do. Basically, dear reader, though, it's kind of like, I think it's intended to be scary, and people say that it's Jim Carrey's scariest role by far, but I think as far as scary movies go,
I don't know. Have you seen Mr. Popper's Penguins?
No.
That was pretty horrifying what he did to those birds.
Popper's Penguins? 2 P's?
3 P's.
Oh.
You did your best.
Well, 2 words that start with P.
Yep.
Anyway, so, yeah, I think it kind of missed the mark on being a scary movie, but I did feel like it was good. It was just more like it was, like, serious with kind of, like, a macabre twist. But I definitely wouldn't say it was, like, horror or thriller for sure.
It's pronounced Macau.
Okay.
It's a city. It actually had...
I used to think it was macabre.
Well, that's how it's spelled. That's not super stupid.
I remember, like, when I was a kid
it's
and
wrong, but it's not idiotic.
I was, like, when I discovered what macabre was, I, like, was a kid and I was on Flickr. And, because, like, I used to love, like, looking
the
at...
photo sharing site from 2003?
Yes. Because I am a photographer, so, like, I loved looking at photographs even as a kid. And I was, like, collecting inspiration and stuff, and I found some, like, creepy shit, and it was tagged macabre. And I was like, what the fuck is this word? And I kept on seeing, like, a lot of posts I was clicking on had it. And I was like, all right, what is this? And I clicked on it, and I was just like, I'm not ready for this. This is horror and terror beyond my scope of comprehension, and I need to leave. So that was my introduction. Like, I remember very vividly. that word.
So anyway.
More just scary stories about my childhood. We could just go on for that.
Anyway, no, thank you, no. But anyway, it did gross $78 million at the box office, which isn't horrible.
Okay, good.
But it was directed, I didn't know this, by Joel Schumacher, who is notoriously at least used to be the gayest director in Hollywood. Now I think it's been supplanted by those brother-sister lady men who directed The Matrix.
Jesus Christ, Rob.
I mean,
lady men.
they
were transgenders.
Look, being
right.
Yeah, transgender is being. There's nothing wrong with being.
I was gonna say transsexual, and I'm like, that's not a thing. I mean, I think it is, but I don't know.
Anyway, there's nothing wrong with being transgendered, but I find it preposterous that they were, I think, twin brothers, and then they both transitioned.
It's pretty interesting.
Were
they identical?
I don't. Oh, look it up.
Because if they're identical twins, it does make sense.
Does it though? I'm not so sure.
If being gay or being... Although, yeah, go ahead.
No.
I wonder what it is that makes you be trans. Because, like, being gay is just, like, how your brain is wired. But I think being trans must be, like... something goes wrong. Because, like, obviously... being born No, but it's like even a trans person would tell you it's wrong. Like, I was born in the wrong body. I feel like a woman, but I was born with a man's body, and like that's, you know. Yeah,
this is what I seem to remember. I could never remember if they were twins or not. Not only are they not identical twins, they're not twins.
Oh.
They are 2.5 years apart.
Crazy.
Like my older sister or you and your brother.
Yes, I wonder how long after one transition did the other transition.
Let's go down this stupid fucking
Well, I feel like it would probably be pretty instantaneous, because I feel like I'd be like, oh shit, like, you know.
Collectively known as the Wachowskis, they have worked as a writing team, blah, blah, blah.
It's my dream in life to have, like,
their next film, Cloud Atlas, blah, blah, blah.
It's my dream in life to have a partner in my career. I don't think I'd want it to be my brother because he hates me, but I think, you know, having like a family member homie that you do your shit with sounds fucking adorable. You know?
Personal lives. Lily married Alyssa Blassingame in 1991.
So they're gay. Wait, so they're trans and still gay?
In 2016, she mentioned having a boyfriend. 2019, she said Mickey Ray Mahoney has now become her partner and has moved in with her. Mahoney's an adjunct professor, blah, blah, blah,
Is Mickey a man?
And a trans man.
Ooh,
Lana married Thea Bloom in 1993. They divorced in 2002.
So they're both transgender and they're both gay?
Subsequently began dating Karen Winslow. They married in 2009. Winslow is a board member. I think they are bi or pansexual. Raised by a hardcore atheist father and an ex-Catholic turned
hardcore atheist, I like that.
Turned shamanist mother. There you go. That's something. That's my mother. Ex-Catholic turned shamanist. The duo once described their religious beliefs. I don't care about any of this. Lana's gender transition. Rumors that Lana Wachowski was transitioning spread in the early 2000s, though neither sibling spoke directly on the subject at the time. In 2003, Gothamist reported the possible transition in a 2007 interview. Joel Silver, the producer of numerous Wachowski films, said the rumors concerning the transition were all untrue. Okay, you're a fucking liar.
Well, maybe he was.
Crew members working on Speed Racer said similar things that they were made up.
Can you just get
Lana completed her transition after Speed Racer's release in 2008. That movie fucked her up so badly that she had changed genders. And by at least December 2010, what a weird way to say that, trade magazines and newspapers referred to her as Lana Wachowski and the duo as Andy and Lana. On some documents, her name is shown as Lorenza.
What the fuck? Wait, so they're females now?
Mm-hmm.
They were brothers that turned sisters. Okay, and they're both dating men and women.
Early life. I don't fucking know. She described an incident in third grade at Catholic school when she was hesitant to join the boys' line, unconsciously accept herself as belonging to the girls. Ugh, what a stupid fucking decision.
What do you mean?
What a stupid thing to base that decision off of. Like, you had a moment of hesitancy when you were 8.
I don't know. I think you know.
Let's see. Lana.
Because, like,
Lily's gender. Okay, so Lana might have started transitioning in, like, 2003 and had finished transitioning seemingly in 2008.
Okay.
Lily came out as a transgender woman in March of 2016.
Wow. See, that shocks me. That's a long time.
Look, I'm not gonna lie to you. None of this makes any sense to me personally.
That's super interesting. In 2016, it was all the rage.
Yeah.
By then.
Not much to be done about that.
Crazy.
Yeah, I don't know.
So the number 23 was good.
Yeah. Oh, right. It's directed by Joel Schumacher, who
Jesus.
was this giant gay dude. Who he was the one who was responsible.
Giant, like tall or like very.
Yeah. I mean both, but he was a giant, exceptionally homosexual man who made all the gay Batman Forever movies, and in one of the Batman cartoon series, like the Batman Adventure or whatever, ones that came out in like the early 2000s, there were a bunch of kids who were standing around some window, like window shopping, like poor kids in Oliver Twist or something, and they were looking at some Batman display, and one of the kids was like, "Oh, I bet Batman can turn invisible." And one of them's like, "Oh, I bet Batman's Batmobile can go 500 miles an hour." And one of the kids was like, "I bet Batman has big, strong muscles, and when he's home alone, he just runs around in his spandex suit." And one of the kids was like, "Shut up, Joel. No, he doesn't."
Wait, that was in the movie?
It was in one of the shows, yeah.
Ew,
Yeah.
no.
Just making fun of Joel Schumacher. So I bet Batman's suit has nipples in it. And I'm like, no, it doesn't, Joel. Shut up. So Joel Schumacher is maybe best known for...
Was that the Batman who had nipples?
Fucking up the... the George Clooney one had nipples. Let me... look it up.
You don't need to.
Batman
You're putting this... No one's asking you to.
Well, the readers are clamoring for it, I can tell.
I have a question. Oh God, what's his name? The guy who plays in my dear favorite movie,
Batman and
Split?
Robin, yeah. James McAvoy.
Did he play the fucking... What's the little goat guy? Not a centaur, but the goat?
A
satyr?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or satyr, I don't...
He played the satyr in Chronicles of Narnia.
I don't...
Sorry, speaking of nipples, I was watching...
Are you asking me or are you telling me?
I'm asking you. I'm telling you. I was...
Jessica, are you
I don't know. I saw
me?
his face and I was like, that's fucking James McAvoy. And then I was like, is it though? He looks so young and like a baby. And I don't remember finding him anything special, and I feel like...
He was Mr. Tumnus.
Yeah, he was the fucking satyr. But that... I was watching a review of the Chronicles of Narnia today, like a normal person would.
Oh, he looks like a fucking moron.
Anyway, my point was, she was like, he's wearing a fucking scarf in winter, but his nipples are out. And
yeah, well,
she zoomed in on his nipples for like a solid 2 minutes. So...
He's got little pointy ears and hair.
Can I see him?
Looks like this.
See, that was so cringy and disgusting. As a kid, I was like, bleh. And I think James McAvoy is a cool dude.
Yeah, he really turned his career around. This this could have been poison.
How old was he when he made this movie?
That's a good... Oh, there you go. Your favorite...
Oh, no,
shot.
ew. Can you stop showing that to me?
Jessica has a weird...
Oh, that gave me like the chills all over my body. I have like a hot cold.
Yeah, you screamed.
That was funny.
Oh, that has nothing to do with that.
No, that...
Stop it. Jessica, there's as I think we've talked about, there's a shot in the movie Split wherein James McAvoy, playing some beast character, is pulling apart metal bars and he pushes his face through them. Kind of like a Where's Johnny moment, or Here's Johnny, rather.
Where's Johnny?
And Jessica's seen the movie like 3 times. Every time she sees the picture or thinks about it, she can't sleep and she screams in my fucking face.
It's a very, I use the word visceral a lot, but I don't know how else to explain it.
Yeah, because I used the word once and now it's...
Okay, I knew the word visceral before I met you.
I'm gonna call that into question.
You're so pompous, Robert.
Fuck you.
Anyway.
I'm gonna show you the picture again. You least expected.
It literally... And like I said, like there's something about that shot that just absolutely
he was
gets
24
into my
when
bones.
that movie came out.
He's old.
I think.
It gets into my bones, and then my entire family and Rob were all like, "No, we don't. I don't."
Yeah, you're weird. I don't know what your problem is.
No, because in the third movie, in the sequel to Split, there was a scene, like, they replayed that scene because they knew it would scare everyone.
No,
like, it was
Jessica,
the one shot that they showed again.
No.
And then what you just saw, like, it was there. Like, it just... I want to do a deep dive into that and see if other people agree with me, because I can't
Go ahead.
fathom the fact that...
It seems like every single person you ask says no, so
But maybe it's like a...
You say this all the time.
Maybe I just have a higher brain.
No.
Like a higher mind.
You say this all the time where you say, oh, I want to poll people, I want to do a deep dive, and then when it comes back that you're overwhelmingly incorrect, you go, nah. So it doesn't matter.
Maybe it's because I have like an artist brain.
No, it's because...
Like I see through...
No, it's because your brain... What you do. It's because your brain is the shape of a pear.
No.
The shape of your brain is fucked up. Your brain was putting your head upside down. Dear
readers, if anyone is listening to this...
They're not.
Please comment your thoughts.
You might as well be screaming into a bottle and throwing it into the ocean.
Well, dear reader, if on the off chance that anyone listens ever... My God. Rob, can you add a poll to the bottom of this? Is that what YouTube is for? Can they do that? I don't think they can do that.
I mean, the mechanism by which that could be done exists.
Yes.
We're well into the 21st century.
No, I know, but like I've never seen someone on YouTube with a poll.
I think you can do it. I'm not going to say you definitively can, but I would assume you can.
We should do an Instagram
We're
story.
not doing it. Jessica, you said we had an Instagram page.
We have
to my
0
knowledge,
followers.
You have not posted anything on it.
Yes, I don't know what to post.
It's been a month. You're horrible.
You're right. Let me do it. I'll do it. I've been overwhelmed. Like, literally one thing happens and I'm immediately super overwhelmed. So
that sounds like...
I live in hell. I live in hell, and
Sounds like you're just useless.
All I see when I close my eyes is James McAvoy's face. That was scary. I didn't like it. I don't cringe easily.
Do you want to hold my hand for the rest of the podcast?
Yes.
There we go.
My hand is very sticky.
I know. I don't know why.
It's resin.
It's fine. That doesn't explain anything. You can't just say random. It's cake batter, duh.
You knew I was making resin pieces and
It's horse dung. What else would it be?
Idiot. It's probably paint. I see paint on my hands.
We went on a walk today. Did you enjoy that?
Yes, we got to look at really nice houses.
We did.
And we went... Rob has this new project where he wants to...
Not new, not a project. I like weather vanes. When I see
a
weather
way
vane...
to completely take the punch.
You were going to make me look like a retard.
You are a retard.
Exactly, so...
Also, I don't like that word.
Okay, you were going to make me look... like a retard. I can't think of anything else.
Stupid.
Well, come on, that's mean.
Oh my God.
They're differently abled, Jessica.
Jesus Christ.
So I like weather vanes, especially unique weather vanes. You have a weather vane that's like an arrow or a rooster. Okay, cool. Better than nothing. But if you have a weather vane that's one that's 2 houses down from us that's a moose, fantastic. We saw one today that was a baseball
player. And it's large too, I like the big ones.
At bat. Wonderful. We saw one like a week ago that was a penny farthing, bicentennial, one of those giant wheeled bikes with a huge wheel and a tiny wheel behind it. We saw that weather vane like a week ago or so.
Robert stopped in his tracks.
Delightful.
He took a picture of it. He had a little freak out moment.
Delightful. None of that is true.
He's smiling the rest of the day.
Again,
all of that was true.
None of whatever. So
I couldn't get that smile off his face.
And boy, howdy did she try. So, we went on a walk today and we saw, I think, 13 or a lot.
Yeah, I took
Again, one of them was a man batting, a baseball player. One of them was a flock of birds. That was a weird one. Saw a dog.
There was an eagle that was like a 3D eagle, and obviously weather vanes are usually 2D. And I think the eagle was just too heavy, so it fell and it was lopsided.
It was enormous. It was tilted at a 45-degree angle.
Yeah, obviously not intentionally.
Yeah.
And it was my favorite, I think.
Yeah. Why I think what was 2 things. One, what was your deadly sin? You said wrath. Why?
Well, I was thinking and I was like, why is it a deadly sin? Wrath, anger is a very common emotion, but then I was like, oh, when you get to the point where it's wrath and killing people, I guess that's, I understand why that's a sin, but the sin should just be murder.
Right, and the sins, the deadly sins are, the cardinal sins are not specific acts. They're
No.
motivations and
Yeah.
emotions. And wrath isn't just.
Yeah, it's just
you're
doing
confusing
anything out of anger.
Right, and it's not just that. It's holding that and seeking vengeance. You're confusing wrath with rage.
Sure.
I think wrath is.
No, I get it. I get what wrath is.
Yeah, so
but I do like
vengeful, spiteful anger that.
Maybe it doesn't compute
grudges.
to me because all I feel is anger all the time.
Yeah, you are a pretty rageful woman.
I'm rageful. I'm spiteful.
Which is a little redundant.
I'm vengeful. Oh, okay.
Hey-oh. Freaking got him.
I'm full of venge.
Ugh.
So yeah, I like wrath.
Jess has got a big puffy vagina, so
Jesus. I think
V for vagina.
I think lust is stupid, but but yeah, I mean,
you can't just giggle like that.
Sorry, you poked me, and
like the Pillsbury Doughboy.
Ah, stop! I didn't like that one.
Wow. You would not get the job as a Pillsbury Doughboy. Audition take one.
Stop it! Stop! Ow! Ow! Ow!
Exactly. That's
Get
terrible.
off of me, freak.
Oh, you're so sweet. No, give me your hand back. So okay.
You hurt my finger.
Wrath. I'm sorry about that. I don't really know how, but
because you were clenching me, so I couldn't get away.
Not that hard though. Anyway, so.
Dear readers, help!
Good luck with that. So, hopefully someone hears this in 10 days.
Oh, true.
Our 0 listeners. Hopefully this catches a wave. Oh, God, gross, Jess. Don't snort on the pod. Come on. Jessica. Come on.
Stop tickling.
It's inappropriate. I'm not touching you.
You're a liar. They can probably hear you. Stop.
They can't hear me.
Can you stop?
I'm not doing anything. I'm stopping. I'm not doing anything. Come on. Jessica.
Stop.
Jessica, this is gross. This is horrible.
Oh my God.
You can't let the listeners be subjected to this. There we go. All right. So anyway, Jessica.
I eat.
Obviously, gluttony and greed.
Yeah,
being a pig and all. Stop. You're going to snort again. I can tell. Keep your chin up. Just put your chin up. Put your chin up. There we go. You don't snort. See? Oh, come on. You're ruining my beautiful podcast.
My good Lord.
Thing number 2.
You hate this podcast.
Stop. I love this podcast more than you'll ever know.
I hope so. I wish.
Keep your chin up.
Okay.
Please. So, anyway, thing number 2. On Rotten Tomatoes, which is a movie review aggregate website, what do you think the movie number 23? I'm sorry, am I boring?
Stop calling me out every time I yawn.
Can I help you? Jessica,
it's
we record
2 a.m.
It's 3 a.m. first of all.
I skipped a meal by accident.
Yeah, it's a lie. Don't remember what meal. It's bullshit.
It was dinner.
Jessica, you eat 5 meals a day.
Yeah, no, I skipped one by accident.
Listen, you fucking hobbit, you'll be fine.
I'm hungry. I don't feel good. I want to eat.
Okay, we're recording this at 3 a.m. because you... I'm not doing this. What would you guess
the number 23
got?
The
number 23 got on
What's
Rotten
their
Tomatoes.
scale? Is it 100?
1 to 100. It's percentiles.
1 to 10. I don't know. The number... Did they give it 23?
They didn't.
Okay. I don't know, like Rotten Tomatoes I find I literally never agree with, and they're always like very extreme. So like if a movie's not that great, they'll give it like a 2.
Jessica, no soapboxing.
I don't know what that means.
No monologuing.
35.
That's your guess?
32.
I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just asking if
like
that's
a
your
32
guess.
or like a 60. I'll say a 32.
What?
I don't know. I don't know anything about Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay, how much do you need to know about the website to understand the question?
The rating system. No, I don't know.
What percent of people, how many out of 100 gave it a positive review? Which I think is above a 5 or above a 6? Okay. 8. 8%.
See, I told you it's very extreme.
Maybe you just like terrible movies. Have you considered that?
8?
An 8%.
Watch this movie, dear reader.
No, don't. It's no good.
It's really
And it would be much better if it was the number 2.
Watch the trailer, and you'll get all you need to know. But also,
that's probably fair. You could say that again.
Just watch the trailer, and you'll get all you need to know.
I fucking hate you. That joke wasn't funny the first time it was told in 1899.
I know. It's never been funny. Only kids do it, and I hate kids, and I'm just like, fuck.
But they're as funny as you are.
Well, I have no sense of humor. You tell me that every day.
No, I don't. I've never said that to you.
You do.
No, you're the one who says you're not funny.
No,
I beg you to be funny.
I say I'm hilarious, and you're like, no, you're not. I need you to really be funny, and I'm like, what?
I say you're not being funny.
Yes, and I say I'm always funny, and you're like, wait. What? Okay, what else you got?
Well, I'm gonna pull up an episode of the pod wherein you said you were not funny and can't be funny. That's what I'm gonna do right now.
Don't.
No, I
did say that though.
Thank you. As soon as I start pulling up the tapes, I got receipts, bitch.
Rob, if you look over there,
Over
how like Alice in Wonderland is that glue?
Jessica, what do you think we're doing right now?
Dear reader, there's this big, like, I don't know how many gallons of glue, but it's a big jug of glue.
1.
Okay.
It's a 1 gallon jug.
It's 7 gallons, and it's like basically the glue is there, and then the cap is at like I don't know, what degree is that, Rob?
20. Like
a 20-degree angle on top of the glue, and then there's a cup resting on that cap, and it just looks so topsy-turvy. It's like the cake in Sleeping Beauty. Anyways, that's...
You think that was a good audio bit?
Yes.
Think that was a good radio performance, what you just did?
I don't care about their...
You can't whisper on a radio show, Jessica.
They can still hear it, I'm so loud.
They can't...
Even my whispers are shouts. You used to tell me that all the time.
What? You're thinking of someone else.
No, you used to say that I can't whisper. All the time. Yes, that was you.
Okay. So I was in doing prep for this. I can't even call it a show in good conscience anymore. In doing prep for this exercise in futility, I looked up, I googled weird or bad, or who fucking cares, Tinder profiles, and I have an article of 27 bad ones, and this one I think is 30 bad ones.
I follow so many accounts that are just like women. Oh my god.
There's a picture. One of them is a picture of a woman breastfeeding what looks to be a 2-year-old boy, maybe even younger than that.
You think this is good for radio?
It's better than anything you brought to the show.
What
other prep do you have?
I was gonna
because
say
all you've done is ask me what my favorite deadly sin is.
I am naming my sim babies the deadly sins. My sims are just cranking out babies constantly.
Explain to the readers how babies are made.
In general or in The Sims?
Well, why don't you start with The Sims?
Why?
And then expand from there.
Why?
Because I'm asking you to.
Okay. In The Sims, you get a lady and a man, and you have them, or a lady and a lady. No, that's not how babies are made. You can have gay sex in The Sims, but you can't.
Idiot.
Well, I was like, no, Jess, sex isn't always a man and a woman, and then I was like, we're not talking about sex, we're talking about babies. But
explain to the readers what sex is.
I don't know. I've never heard
Ass, kind of chowder or something. I don't know.
It's something to do with belly buttons, I think. But
yeah. You put your belly buttons together until they make a sound. That's sex, baby.
That sounds really...
and then anal sex is when you put your buttholes together until you get the same sound.
I feel like
back and forth
taking a man or anyone again and having their belly buttons touched.
I like how that was taking a man or whatever, other people, whatever you want to call them, man and other,
whatever gender you are, whatever.
Sounds like a government form in 1955.
Whatever gender you are, and whatever sexuality you have, whatever. But
man, etc.
It sounds like just the world in general.
Man, minority.
Yeah, exactly.
What's your point? We've milked this real fucking dry.
You just will not stop talking, and I can't get a sentence out.
Bone dry.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh my god, you're just gonna immediately talk over me.
Go ahead,
You're hovering over the phone like a goblin.
Go ahead.
If you took a man and a woman, let's say in our case, and had their belly buttons touch until they made the sound or whatever. That was a good sound effect.
Thanks.
That, I feel like, does accurately give the image of what sex is like a lot of the time. This makes...
Jessica, this is what you can't do. It makes it look like I don't understand the mechanics of sex. because you don't understand the mechanics of sex, and you're the person.
I'd argue you definitely don't understand the mechanics of sex.
We've been stupping for 5.5 years.
Yeah.
Oh, I think that was funny. Speaking of, for those of you who don't know, shtup is a very antiquated Yiddish word for fucking, that you won't hear out of maybe anyone's mouth nowadays, but even like 20 years ago, the only people who would say it would be like 90-year-old Jewish women. And I
think my relatives have said it to me.
Maybe your grandmother, maybe.
Or my mom.
No one younger than 80 would say the word stupping. So anyway, I was watching on television, I don't remember what channel, I was watching the movie Ted 2, God knows why. But there's a kind of a running joke where, what's the girls with the giant eyes' his name?
Mila Kunis?
No, Amanda Seyfried, I think.
Seyfried.
She's in the second one. Mila Kunis is not in the second one. But anyway, she's there's a running joke wherein they keep using the word "fuck me eyes" or the term "fuck me eyes." They say it like 5 times, but instead, because it's on cable TV, they can't say "fuck," so they say "shtup me eyes."
It's you told me about
the worst fucking edit.
Wait, I was there when you realized that.
Yeah, I was like, did they just say? And they said it 3 or 4 times in one scene. This is horrible. There was another.
You were on the floor.
Wait,
was that in Maine?
Maybe. There was another one. I was watching television in like 2009 or 10, and I was watching Snakes on a Plane. I was only watching it for 90 seconds or so, because that's about as much of Snakes on a Plane as you can tolerate. But it was right before Samuel Jackson kicks all the snakes off the plane, a la St. Patrick. So I thought, I'll watch this part. And he says, obviously in the movie, he says, I'm sick and tired of these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane. But in the TV version, it was monkey fighting snakes on this Monday to Friday plane. And I saw it, and I started laughing, and then I changed the channel. I was like, that was horrible and stupid. And I forgot about it. And then this was, I think, on like a Friday or Saturday. And then I went to school on on Monday, and everyone was talking about it. Like, it was the only thing anyone was talking about. I was like, what? First of all, why were all of you guys watching FX at like 2 p.m. on a Saturday? Why did everyone see this, and why does anyone care? It was very odd. It was a moment in time that I was almost convinced there was some greater cosmic force at play.
That is horrifying.
Like someone had come in and told everyone if they were talking about. I thought I was being like punked or something. Like someone came in and told everyone if they were talking about it, they would each get $5 or. It was very bizarre. I've had a tough time with.
Jeez.
Bumbling, hapless TV edits of the word fuck.
Yeah, wow. Okay, anyway. Belly button sex, I would still argue, is about as, sex can be bumbling and weird sometimes. Fumbly bumbly.
Okay.
Anyway, I follow a lot of accounts on Instagram that are like, I think one of them is like Tinder Nightmares or something, or one of them is like Bumble Nightmares, and one of them is like Tinder in your 30s, because I just find it hilarious, because like all the people are like not willing to take shit anymore, or at least the ladies, and all the men are the same no matter how old they are. But yeah, it brings me so much joy reading other people's horrific Tinder experiences, only if they're funny, obviously, not, but
this lady got date raped.
Teehee. Well, there are a lot of dudes get extraordinarily aggressive if a girl doesn't respond fast enough, or if she rejects him. So like, there are ones where it's like, hey, sexy lady, like, what are you doing later? And she's like, hey, I'm sorry, I'm not interested. And he'll just go, wow, well, fuck you, cunt. You're not even that hot. And it's pretty fucking crazy how fast people will turn.
Sure.
Anyway, that's that. But yeah.
What is that?
Were you gonna read some?
Oh, I mean, some of them, I'm thinking now, some of them are interesting, but I'm thinking now it's empty. You might have a point in that it's not very good radio. So, I'll revisit it if it's...
I think the Tinder bios sometimes are funny, but I find...
Let me do a quick scan of a few.
Sometimes they're just like, ugh, like... They're just too stupid sometimes.
There was one guy who was wearing like a black, what are they called? Black mesh suit thing.
I don't...
like a bodysuit.
Like fishnets.
No.
Like all over your body.
No.
Okay.
No.
Stop
saying it. And he looked like a shadow, like Peter Pan's shadow, and I thought that was interesting. But other than that,
okay.
I don't know if any of them are really worth talk about. A lot of them are just weird fetish shit. Some of them literally shit. Yeah, I guess this is probably not good radio. You're right.
Wow. Next time you shit on my prep.
Well, I mean, I think it could have been, but now I just feel so discouraged and I want to try to make it work. I think it could have been okay.
You're very sweet.
Yeah, what is this called? This bodysuit looking thing?
Oh.
His name is Zen.
It's not mesh at all. It's like...
What is it?
Fuck you, I don't know.
All right.
Like a Gumby suit or something?
No. See you later, pod racers.